Welcome back, everyone. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we are Backyard Musings broadcasting live Apple Valley.
And we are talking science and technology.
This is really interesting. The ocean has a way of keeping its secrets, hiding stories in the darkness beneath the waves. And this is the last segment we did on an ocean thing with those little holes. That got a lot of looks,
Yeah.
views. Imagine standing on the shores of the Northern Mariana Islands, gazing out over the endless blue, and realizing that thousands of years ago, where you see water now was once dry land. Beneath the surface, ancient landscapes sleep places that may have cradled early humans, strange animals, and vanished worlds. We did that segment off the coast of India, right? Those ruins that were underwater that they said were hundreds of thousands of years old. You remember that?
I do. Yeah, go ahead. I
So
do
this
remember
isn't
that.
this isn't the stuff of far off fantasy. Scientists are on the cusp of revealing what lies beneath, and the answers could upend what we know about humanity's journey across the Pacific. Would you like to know more?
See, this is kind of contradictory. So, a lot of our area here was underwater um, because of stuff that they found shells and
Yeah, like in
fossils of
Tennessee or
fishes,
Kentucky, that cave that
right?
had marine mammals. Yeah,
Yeah. So now they're saying that at one time the ground was, or there was more land than there was water, as we're going to talk about here. So I don't know, kind of contradictory, but it's all good. I'm up for discussion. So if you've ever wondered what mysteries might lurk beneath the waves, get ready for a deep dive into a sunken past that could change everything we thought we knew. The Northern Mariana Islands, stretched across the western Pacific like a necklace of emeralds. These islands, with their volcanic peaks and lush landscapes, are more than just a tropical paradise. They are a scientific treasure trove. Situated along the Mariana Trench, which I'd never heard of that, or maybe I had, but I don't remember. The deepest part of the ocean, the region is a crossroads of geology and biology. For centuries, their remote location has made them hard to reach, but their isolation has also preserved natural wonders and clues from times long past. What is that? Archipelago? Archipelago? The archipelago's volcanic origins mean that the land here rises and falls with seismic activity, shaping its underwater landscapes in ways that scientists are just beginning to explore.
beneath
Okay.
the waves surrounding the Marianas lie vast stretches of submerged land, plateaus, ridges, and valleys that were once above sea level. During the last ice age, sea levels were much lower, um, revealing coastal plains and river valleys where now only fish swim. These hidden landscapes could be compared to lost continents, preserved in the cold like Zealandia, dark silence of the deep. For archaeologists and geologists, these underwater features are like unopened time capsules, each with the potential to reveal how ancient people may have lived, migrated, or survived changing climates. The idea of drowned worlds isn't just poetic, it's a scientific reality waiting to be uncovered.
Around 20,000 years ago, the world was gripped by an ice age. So much water was locked up in glaciers that the oceans dropped by over 100 meters, exposing vast tracts of land now hidden underwater. In the northern Marianas, this meant that areas north now submerged may have been accessible to humans and animals. Those exposed shelves would have offered new habitats, sources of fresh water, and migration routes. It's almost like a real life Atlantis, except the ruins here are waiting to be found, not in myth, but in the mud and stone. Uh, I don't know. I have a hard time grasping my head around this. But anyway, studying these ancient shorelines is like turning back the pages of a book that's barely been read.
So maybe let me blow your mind with this, Scott. So just like today, 20,000 years ago, um, we had climate crisis and climate change and global freezing and global warming that brought the waters back. How about that? except there
Okay.
were no humans.
Yeah.
All right. That was my little joke for today. Researchers are using sonar mapping, underwater drones, and sediment cores to hunt for evidence of ancient life and human activity. They're searching for signs like stone tools, fire pits, or even evidence of ancient huts, things that could have survived thousands of years beneath the waves. These clues might seem tiny, but they hold enormous significance. Even a single flaked rock or bone could tell us about the people who lived and traveled here, what animals roamed the land, and how climate change reshaped their world. Every expedition is a gamble, but the potential rewards are immense. See, right there, climate change. So those people made their waters melt just like we do today.
They were hot. One of the most exciting impossibilities is finding the stone tools crafted by prehistoric people. In other parts of the Pacific, underwater sites have yielded ancient axes, scrapers, and blades, proof that humans adapted to changing environments and found ways to survive along shifting coastlines. The technology of these tools can reveal a lot about migration routes, trade networks, and daily life. Imagine holding a simple stone blade and realizing it was made by someone who witnessed a world now lost to time. Such discoveries bridge the gap between past and present, reminding us how resourceful and adaptable early humans were.
The submerged lands aren't just important for human history, they're also a snapshot of ancient ecosystems. Before the rising seas covered these regions, they would have supported forests, grasslands, and hosts of animals, some of which might have vanished entirely. Fossilized remains of giant birds, reptiles, or even early mammals could be buried beneath layers of sediment. Studying these lost ecosystems helps scientists understand how climate and rising seas affected biodiversity. It also gives us a better grasp of how modern species might adapt or struggle in a world facing rapid environmental changes.
The question of how the first people reached the Northern Mariana Islands is one of the most captivating mysteries in archaeology. Did they island hop across exposed land bridges, or did they set out in canoes, navigating by stars and currents? I'm going with that. The submerged landscapes could provide the missing pieces of this puzzle. If evidence of early settlements is found underwater, it would suggest that migration routes were much more complex and possibly older than previously thought. This would rewrite our understanding of human exploration and ingenuity, highlighting just how daring and innovative our ancestors were.
Local legends and oral histories often mention lost lands and vanished worlds beneath the sea. For the indigenous Chamorro and Carolinian peoples of the Marianas, these stories are more than myths. They're cultural memories passed down through generations. Some researchers believe that these tales may actually preserve echoes of real events, such as dramatic sea level rises or volcanic eruptions. By combining scientific investigation with indigenous knowledge, researchers hope to build a fuller picture of the region's history. It's a partnership that honors traditional wisdom while pushing the boundaries of discovery. So there's always the Hawaiians, they have oral traditions that they pass down, the Fijians, the
Yeah, I was
Tongans.
going to say not just the Hawaiians, the whole Polynesian culture.
Yeah.
They were hopping all over the place, right? And
Yeah, and they didn't have written languages. So
yep,
it was
they
oral tradition.
going from island to island or land to land, and some of them would stay, and some of them would move on, and so yeah. But
I think this is fascinating.
yep, absolutely.
All right,
Yep.
folks, if you have any comments, send them our way, and we appreciate you subscribing. Thank you very much.
Take care, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
We'll see
Thank
you.
you.